The state of Illinois might become the next state to allow terminally ill people to end their lives with physicians' help. If the bill is passed by the Senate and signed by Governor Pritzker, Illinois would join about 10 other states, among them Oregon, California, Colorado, and Hawaii, as well as Washington, D.C., in allowing medical aid in dying. This marks the first time a medical aid in dying bill has passed through one legislative chamber there in Illinois, since advocates unsuccessfully pushed their practice to be legalized in the state last year. The bill passed late Thursday by a 63-42 vote, just 3 votes more than the minimum number required for the bill to pass the House. The measure would legalize medical aid in dying, sometimes referred to as physician-assisted suicide or mentally assisted death, allowing mentally competent, terminally ill adults the right to access life-ending prescription medication. The legislation received support from the American Civil Liberties Union of Illinois and Compassion and Choices Action Network. Opponents include disability rights activists and the Catholic Church. Under the bill, the attending physician must provide sufficient information to a patient about all appropriate end-of-life care options, including comfort care, hospice care, palliative care, sorry for pronouncing that wrong, and pain control, as well as the foreseeable risks and benefits of each. Eligible patients may orally request a prescription for medication under the measure from their attending physician, and it must be documented. Patients must also require the medication in writing to their attending physician after making the oral request, but the patient must also make a second oral request 5 days after the initial one. So it gives them time to, give it some thought and think about it. The written request for the medication must also be witnessed by 2 people who attest that, to the best of their knowledge, that the patient is acting voluntarily and is mentally sound, the bill says. The bill also lists various limitations as to who can act as a witness. At the time the patient makes a second oral request, the attending physician shall offer the patient the opportunity to rescind the request, the legislation says. Oral and written requests for aid in dying may be made only by the patient and shall not be made by the patient's surrogate decision maker, a healthcare proxy or healthcare agent, or by an attorney in fact for healthcare, or a guardian, nor a Viva Advocates healthcare directive. Those are some of the safeguards that they have put in place. Democrat State Representative Nicole Gross, who has a background as a hospice chaplain, said she has walked with literally thousands of people through their final days of their lives and being at their bedside, and believes the medical aid in dying legislation would allow people to have appropriate control of their mortality if they are suffering. Representative Anthony DeLuca, a Chicago Heights Democrat, called this an issue of faith and science colliding as he discussed how his sister unexpectedly took her own life. He asked that the bill not be referred to assisted suicide. This bill is not suicide, he said, before voting in favor of the bill. During the floor debate, Republicans also said the legislation would transform a doctor's role as a healer into someone who kills their patients. So I hate to see anybody suffer. What are your thoughts? Please put your comments down below. Sometimes death can linger for a long time. Please put those comments. What are your thoughts? There's pros and cons. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless y'all. Bye.